Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Diabolical Souls Presents. This is we're doing episode 7 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners tonight, and of course, with me is the crew. But before we get to the introductions and get into the review here, I just quickly want to say, if you could please hit that like button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and please subscribe to not just to me, but everyone here and to the people that are going to be joining in like a few more minutes. It'd be greatly appreciated. We have a lot of fun on this channel talking about the stuff that we love. And this show, the anime on Netflix called Cyberpunk Edgerunners. This episode is called Stronger, episode 7. And I'm looking forward to it. And Jay, Mr. Emperor Goodwin, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm not quite as good as David. My boy been hitting the gym and the upgrades a bit there.
Yes,
he's been maxing.
A lot bigger. He's been maxing. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight there, Jay. I'm glad you've joined us doing these reviews, and I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff with you, like we mentioned, some movies and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. Hosty, how you feeling there, brother?
I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good. It's good to be back after I was absent last week. This will be interesting. I like Giancarlo Esposito, but he is very much typecast in everything. Every time I hear his voice, I just know, this guy's like the controlling mastermind in the background, ain't he? Every single time.
Yeah. You missed a great show last week. Sorry, man. That was a lot of fun. And what's up, Sammy? What's going on, brother?
What up? Oh, finally, bro. You got me worried.
Yeah, we're all worried about you.
I'm never missing one of these.
Awesome shirt, by the way, bro.
Of a scorned lover.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And then, before we really dive into everything, Zach, he does a lot of art for these shows. He starts with a character, he pencils it out in the beginning. So if you're watching this, stick around because you're going to see an incredible piece of art done by Zach. He's going to show it at the end. He does a character. He's done it for Arcane. He's done it for Scavenger's Reigns, and he's doing it for, of course, Cyberpunk Edgerunners here. He's done one for every episode, and he's just getting better and better, to be honest. So, and I'm looking forward to tonight's character. So we're not going to announce who it is. So
you think they'll figure it out?
We'll see.
Or take a couple guesses.
I do want to say that I'm pretty sure my mom had Sammy's jacket as drapes in the 70s. I think I got some pictures of that.
The carpet from The Shining.
Yeah.
I believe Hong Kong Phooey had the same kind of.
Yes.
Oh, the #1 super guy.
Yeah. Faster than the human eye.
Yeah. We can't do this without everyone that's watching us and you guys in the chat. You guys effing rock. I just appreciate all of you. We got CLS in the chat. He's saying, "Yo, what's up?" We got the encyclopedia of Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Nosferatu Cyber Gooch. Thanks, brother. Thanks for joining us. Jamma's here. Appreciate it, Jamma. He's been there from day one, and I appreciate it a ton.
He's been chroming up too. I've noticed.
He has been chroming up.
Jamma just straight up bio anymore. He got a little something.
Yeah. Julio Rangel, he's been following too. I appreciate you, brother. Holla, gentlemen. I hope you join later tonight. I got dad duties, but wanted to drop by and show some love. I appreciate it, man. And it's funny that you got the name Julio because the character in tonight's episode's named Julio. So
I hope your night ends better than his.
Yes.
And
then we got
out of the hospital.
Oh, let's go. How's he doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you get better soon, bro. Like he's been going through the ringer for the last 6 months or so. Like he's just nonstop sick. So get better. I want to get some streams with you, man. And we care about you. So let's get into this episode 7. This one's labeled Stronger. The last episode we kind of left off with David and the crew kind of up in arms because he's one of the main characters.
They took a huge loss. Plain and simple. They got fucked up.
their leader got taken out. Maine, it's gone. So, and then we're going to jump into this with tonight's episode, where we're starting off with a city scene. And let me just set this up a little bit better. Yeah, that's better. So, yeah, we're starting off with this. We get the city scene, and then it jumps right into a armored car driving the streets. And inside, we get introduced to this character right here. Like I mentioned, is Julio. But before we get into like David is kind of finding himself to kind of be the leader of the group now, and they're on this. It seems like they're on this mission, going somewhere. And so what we find out is the crew's actually on a rescue mission for a daughter of a wealthy individual. And so we're just getting to their introduction here with David, Rebecca, and this character here, Julio.
We got two new crew members in this car.
Falco's always been the driver. He was in their last episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was
actually?
he
I'm pretty sure Falco's standing around in the first episode.
Right, but he's not. He hasn't usually been running with the crew.
No,
he's kind of a per hire guy.
Yeah, Maine didn't hire him as a off and on, and I think David relies on him a lot more. Like as we'll see later on the episode.
Mm.
But, Falco's kind of linked to what's the name of that?
Wakanda. Oh my God!
Wakanda forever.
You got your marble in my Edgerunners.
Wakano. I think it's Wakano.
Wakiko.
Wakiko. Thank you. Oh God, I could never think of the name. I'm horrible with names. You guys know that. Vex is here. Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, dude, put your.
I'll show you the whole bite, baby.
And when Vex is here, we always have to do this.
Can you ride him?
Yeah, I can ride him.
Yeah. Nice to see you, Vex. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Good to see you, Vex. I hope you had a good time out. Where
Vex
you were.
is one thirsty girl.
Is she still out camping?
No. Well, no, she's back.
Oh,
I think she just
thank
got back.
God. Oh my God.
So yeah, Noah says Wakoko is in the video game too. Old Japanese woman based out of the pachinko parlor.
Right.
So yeah, she's the one that kind of gives them the jobs. She's kind of the middle person for a lot of these missions. And so yeah, we get to this. Oh, Joker, thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you. We got 25 people watching so far. That's good. Awesome. So we're inside this armored car. This Julio guy is, going over like that he's kind of a newbie. Rebecca's kind of teasing him, talking about David here, how he's kind of chromed up and gotten a lot bigger. He's kind of made a name for himself. People want to work with him. David says, "Do you have any iron on you?" And this guy pulls out a little pea shooter, pretty much, and
It's got like the plastic disposable gun.
Yeah. And they kind of give him the gears, like that's not going to cut. Like it says right here, it's not going to cut it. And so David kind of gives him a shotgun. It's actually called the Satara shotgun. And this guy just gets super jacked and excited and starts just rambling on about how great this gun is.
Doesn't Rebecca get pissed off too?
Yeah, he keeps going off about, oh, this is so cool. And he's totally noobing it, and she finally starts getting the eyebrow twitch and then starts kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God Rebecca came back.
Yeah. This intro is kind of cool because it just throws us right into I don't know how many months after the events of the last episode.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of shows you that David's been all chromed up and that Rebecca has these big old cyber mitts now. Like it's just the most casual thing in the world. And they're using them like you would expect them two in that situation if they geared up like that?
Yeah, I think that the interesting thing is that time passes. You don't know how long this is post Maine. It's clearly been a while because David has managed to put on like 40 pounds and a lot.
And
more
Rebecca
chrome.
looks of age. Zach.
Yeah. She might actually be legal now, Zach.
Wait a
And
minute.
Sammy.
Hold up. Was she of age before?
No,
I know she's supposed to be
look
like
at-
13.
Because to be an edge runner, like you have to be like what, fucking like at least like 18 or something.
no,
No,
because
because
David's in
but
that
you got to get your
Fox
edge
school.
runner's permit and then run around with
Yeah,
another
yeah.
edge runner, and then eventually you can get your edge
Yeah,
runner.
you get learner's permit. Then you're able to go on the full internet without.
I mean, I thought they were like
Okay.
young
According
Then you
to
gotta
the
get your
showrunner,
passport.
according
Oh my
to the
God, I'm gonna get
showrunner
fucking
Rafael
doxxed.
Jockey, Rebecca is supposed to be around 20 years old.
Oh, see, there you go. I'm safe. I'm in the safe zone. I'm not like that fucking fan base from My Hero Academia asking about ships and shit. Like,
Yeah, no, she is going to get carded anywhere she goes, to
Yeah,
include
she
like
did.
junior high. There's still going to be like, can I see the card to make sure you're supposed to be
Well,
here?
and I think episode 3 she gets carded
Yeah.
when she's in line. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
she's young. John Young, thanks for joining us. I haven't seen you in here, but thank you for joining. Appreciate that. We got Jana in the house. Thanks, Jana. I hope you're doing well. Oh boy, Flaccet's here. We're in
what
trouble.
happened?
Uh-oh.
Flaccet's here. Don's here.
Who's
The man
That's
himself.
exciting.
What's up, Flaccet?
Zach was on the Epstein flight log.
I gotta do a Cajun Corey's here. Thanks for joining us, Cajun Corey. Appreciate it,
I
man.
fucking love that. That was a good one.
Zach was on the Epstein flight blog.
Eat your heart out, Hawking.
So yeah,
Well, it
after
depends. What minority status are you? Because we may never find out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no! I don't even want to get into that shit.
Yeah, like let's avoid that. So yeah, we they're on this rescue mission and they're in their armored car, and then they pull up to like this fortified like facility here that's heavily armed with a bunch of gang members, and we got Wiki kind of like doing a lot of like I guess hacking, checking to see if there's all
Kiwi's
the
doing an initial scan, and
Yeah.
it is basically saying this is going to be real hard to do like a instant jam on everybody. It's just too many targets. We need to try like Plan B and the back door. And
yeah,
David,
he's talking like Plan A. You go through the front door where it's like heavily armed, and then Plan B, go through the back door, and then David's like, well, we'll just do Plan C, my pick, as it says right here, as Falco and Kiwi are in the vehicle here. And then so we get to this point right here. We see all the gang members at the front, and Kiwi's working her magic, and she's about to do some pinging of a lot of these people here, and they kind of zap out a little bit. And
well, again, because she says I don't have time for a quick hack ahead of time. So his Plan C is I'm going to come in and see if we can start a dick measuring competition, and in the meantime, that distracts them. And here we go.
Yeah. And like you see that. Okay, David is he's matured, so he's probably like 20. Well, maybe 20, 21 here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think years have gone by.
He's grown. He's a lot taller.
So they explained a bit later. Also, he's taller in comparison to Rebecca and Julio. If Maine was there, I think he would look just as tiny as he did before. It's now that he's the man. And also he's walking a bit more upright because he's the man, right? You gotta put that attitude. You gotta have that man walk instead of kind of the boyish slump over what's going on thing.
That walk comes when your fucking balls drop. When you get into some real shit that you just have no fucking fear. you're like, all right, let's do this. You know, you don't even care if you die or not. It is what it is.
He's also been laid, so that gives him a certain amount of
Yep,
confidence. as well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Take care, CLS. Yeah, because I know this is a bit of time after. I think this is like, I want to say 5-6 months after Maine has popped. Yeah, I can't remember the time frame.
Yeah, they're non-specific in the actual story.
But he looks like he's like 2021 here. Like but he's also made so much money doing these like little missions that he's adding more and more cyberware to him.
Right, to include synthetic muscle. So that's one of the reasons he's built out more.
Yeah, he's a lot taller now too. I think if you go back and watch the other episodes, he's a bit shorter than Lucy, but now he's like way taller than her.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you notice Lucy, her hands are.
You mean Rebecca?
Or Rebecca? Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Rebecca. Her hands are. Got
she's rated a Rock'em Sock'em Robots game and decided to steal a hand from each one.
But I think that's a tribute to her brother, Pilar.
Yeah.
And so, also, Watami, thanks for joining us, brother. Thanks for joining. What's up, you Gucci's? We're in Kansas as amateur analysts and BAGFACE with them feet pics. Hello.
Amateurs in Canada. I'm the one from Kansas.
Yeah. Jamalama opening fight scene is delightfully bloody. Absolutely. It's a great fight scene.
Yeah, this don't play.
Yeah. And so we see a lot of threats happening here, and then we see the one of the leaders. It's tough to tell if it's an actual female. I think it is a female. That is pulling the guns to David's head here.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a man
on its skin. I don't know.
It starts, making threats to David, and David's just standing there cool and calm. There's no sense of fear at all from David. We've seen David go from like being in complete shock in the earlier episodes to the point where you pull a gun to his head, he doesn't even care.
Yeah, he's like battle hardened.
Yeah, like he's a completely different character now. And so this part right here, I want to click my red heels and teleport to Jodie Foster.
Blow it in, baby. The water's fine.
And so David's just sitting there, standing there while Kiwi's, doing her thing by networking and trying to do a quick hack. And like you said, Jay, she can't get all of them, so she gets, I would say, maybe like 60% of them. And
she's kind of working in tiers, right? So who are the immediate threats? Deal with those first, right? It's prioritizing everything.
And then you see this scene, and it's absolutely fantastic. These guys just kind of self-implode. David pulls out the cannon, and actually, I missed a spot here. I want to kind of slow this down.
When he ventilates the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I miss it? Yeah, right here, where this guy gets it right in the head.
Well, that whatever it is.
Yeah, and then Rebecca just starts going cyber psycho here. She just, I shouldn't say cyber psycho. She goes just psycho.
Yeah, I think she was psycho before they were in the cybernetic.
What does she has a good line though. What does she say? It was like something like, to break out my big guns or
no, well, she breaks out. It's time for the little guns, and then she empties them out, and she's like, guns are empty, time for the big guns. And then whips her
right here, this part right here. She's like, oh, my guns are running. And the guy, empty. Everyone. Yeah, and everyone's just like, she's out of ammo. Let's just
nah.
Julio's freaking out.
Julio's busy pants shitting. I'm not sure he ever gets a shot off.
Yeah. And now here comes.
I know I've said this before. How Rebecca is being played here is like how I would like to see Harley Quinn be portrayed. Like just like absolutely insane. Like I don't even though I'm sick of seeing Harley Quinn and everything, but like if they're going to do it, like do it correct, and this is correct. Like, just have her be a nut job who likes big guns, and
Mhm.
Doesn't always have to be that she was damaged by the Joker.
Yeah,
or-
and to get off on violence, right? That
Yes.
oh, we're gonna be violent. Oh yeah, now
Yeah,
you're playing the song of my people. Let's go.
Exactly.
She's justified in all her actions because she's a strong, independent woman.
Mhm.
Also, Watami, I don't know where Bagface is. He'll show up when he shows up. I can't. And Amateur's not going to be here tonight, unfortunately. Can't make it.
Knowing him, he's probably
So-
either stoned or at the gym.
Yeah, no, that's I was gonna say that's his theme song. He's late, he's high, he's Bagface.
I wish I was fucking high right now. I could use a big blunt.
I mean, I think we should embrace the healing power of and. He could be high and at the
Yeah.
gym. That's
Yeah.
it's not an or.
I got friends like that. My buddy will like smoke a joint and be like, "You want to go for a run?" I was like, "No."
No,
No, I
no,
don't.
I don't.
I know. What's up, Boosh? Thanks for joining us, brother.
Boosh.
Boosh.
So this part I wanted to leave here because this is another piece that some people would kind of miss out with watching it like once. That he's taken Main's cannon and put it in his forearm, which we'll talk about later on in this episode. Not too long actually, and so yeah, he's honoring.
Well, he made the deal with Maine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That yeah, you can have it when I'm gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he really honors Maine. It was a major blow to David seeing Maine die and go through the struggles he did, and also to save David's life again by telling him to get the hell out of there, which is incredible.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is that you see that he models himself off of Maine and how Maine did things, right? It comes up in a conversation later where they bring up that you seem to be like Maine. You're worried about your team. You have, these attachments to people.
Interpersonal skills that they talk about.
Well, and
They
it can be a weakness.
offered it. The doctor even offers to like give him an upgraded arm, and he, he's like, no,
No, this one's good.
Fine.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? And good on him because if Maine didn't go crazy, they were doing fine.
Mhm.
There was no reason. If it ain't broke,
Yeah, don't fix it.
I'm curious what caused Maine to go cyber psycho in the first place because
I have a feeling it was that EMP.
Mm.
Like for some reason, it seemed like it scrambled him a lot more than everybody else, and I think because they go to great lengths to show it affects everybody else but David because he was the least chromed up, and obviously Maine was the most chromed up, so I think it jacked him up.
Yeah, but that also explains it. That explains it by itself. He's the most chromed up. When you chrome up, you are inevitably going to go cyber psycho because the body just is not meant to have. Again, they said that flesh and metal just don't mix.
Yeah.
Well, there's that, and the other piece that when we get further in the episode, he talks when he's talking with Doc about the muscle enhancements,
right?
Which really can screw you up too, because Maine is massive. You saw his head; didn't even proportionally. It didn't.
Well,
so,
I think I saw his head. I saw his shoulders and his arms, and then there was some small thing above it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was, and Maine even told David that he's not going to be around much longer. They had that discussion, so it was inevitable. It was just one of those things that you kind of kept hidden, I think, from the crew a lot too.
Well, again, I mean, like Lucy brings it up that everybody, you are always going to die, a bit bloody once you choose this life, right? And the thing is that you're choosing okay, can I go slow but kind of be ineffective and just skirt around the edges, or do I go big and burn twice as bright but half as long? And so Maine it opted for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I never thought of that. The fact that you just said, you're like, oh, it's probably the fucking EMP that did it in for him. That was the thing that triggered it. I was never thought of that, and they didn't even need to say anything. They there's when it comes to the show, I was complaining about it a couple times in the first few episodes where the pacing is so quick, and the way they treat this show is that you have to watch. You gotta play the game to understand the lingo, and there's just moments in the show that, like what you just said, where you're like, oh, it's probably the EMP. This is what did it in for him. You know, the show's like, no, we're not gonna fucking spell everything out for you. If you want, just watch it again.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, you don't have to play the game to understand the lingo. You don't have to. It at least gets you up to speed quicker. But if you watch this thing through, you start to figure out what all the terms are, what they're talking about, right? The consequences for these choices, and this is the kind of entertainment that I enjoy, where they assume the audience is intelligent, and then just proceed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that too. Jamma put a comment here. I have to read it. Holy shit, that is 80s Marriott carpet. And I think he's referring to your robe.
Oh, he is. Yes. Again, laugh in once it's smoking jacket back. That's
yeah, laughing. Yeah, that's another one. I had to laugh.
Whatever.
At that.
It's called fashion, folks. Look it up.
Dude,
I think actually our Art Deco theater had that as carpet. That interesting. Brown.
That's pretty cool.
The Overlook sure did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nas says here, the more advanced tech, the greater the toll on the mind and body. Yeah,
right.
That's
Boosh. I walked into the ridiculous store.
I want to be covered with the Eye of Sauron, but no one will know that's what it is. Oh God. It was good to see Boosh and Nos.
I wore it for Boosh.
We got the best chat. It's hilarious. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Best chat. Always the best chat.
Always the best chat. So Julio here. This is how we saw David. A few episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
This is how David would respond. Now we're seeing Julio respond in the same way. Just unable to react to what's happening. Rebecca's loving it. She's in her glory. These guys are thinking, yeah, this little bitch ran out of juice. Fuck her up. Well, no, because here come the big guns. So I love the colors too. Like she paints her guns like pink and green, and she's got the blue and red hand. Like she's a colorful girl.
She just has the look of just like pure glee on her face too.
Yeah, this is. I went to the Nerf store, but these aren't Nerf guns. They just look like it. Yeah, let's go.
You know how expensive Nerf guns are? Like, dude, I had a whole fucking arsenal. I even had the handheld battle axe sword and like all the Nerf weapons. I was just beating the piss out of people in the backyard with that shit. And it's just amazing, man. Shit like.
See, we just use wiffle ball bats. If we couldn't afford the Nerf guns, you just go with wiffle ball bats and beat the crap out of each other.
I mean, fuck, I was even backyard wrestling like ICP with their shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go. We see the turrets here. They start pointing at David here, and David just says Kiwi, and then they get zapped out. She just hacks.
She turns it on them. Yeah.
Yeah, and we see Falco and Kiwi talking. Just kind of like saying, "Oh, this is."
Falco's just relaxing, smoking a cigarette. He's like, "Oh, la da da."
I mean, he's just collecting those royalties from Rock Me Amadeus, so he's not really all that worried, right?
Yeah. He actually looks like him too. I'm just wondering if that's purposeful.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Let me get back to where is he? Yeah, he kind of looks like him a little bit. Without the mustache, he would look exactly like him.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I wonder if that's purposeful. And yeah, they're just kind of sitting back as David and the crew just go in. And before, actually, I should go back before they even get into this fortress here, David tells the crew that they stay behind him because the watcher's rear, and B, you're not ready to, be in the forefront. David's got the Sandevistan. Oh my God.
I do. There's a great shot here with it when they switch back to the car and you look over the shoulder and you can see the front of the hotel and you can see the gunfire lighting up the window in the room that they're in right up top.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Tim, what's up there, Tim? How's it going, buddy? I know you're enjoying X-Men 97 too. So he's saying Sam, he's looking Gucci tonight. Say it, Gooch. San Devistan. There you go.
And to add to the weirdness, I just realized Sam's wearing Batman the Animated Series
Yeah,
t-shirt.
it's great. It's great.
It's what I wore to work.
They don't complain on the street corners when he's out there.
Yeah.
And the Hefner Playboy Mansion, that's what he wears.
This is $20. It's $20.
Yeah. All you
got my
settle
money?
down.
I hope you have my money.
So David and the Rebecca and Julio are walking up. We get to this like super cyberware kind of Bane looking character here, and he's
Cyber Cyclops, if you will.
Yeah. And David's gonna take him on, and
I thought this was the sweetest part in this whole episode.
Yeah.
It's a great shot. David starts using the Sandevistan. Oh, I said it. Thank you.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah,
it's a miracle.
Twice in a row.
He's charging at him, and this guy kind of reacts.
Well, it gives him an uppercut to the jaw, and that ain't enough.
Yeah, and he takes out this huge hammer like he's in like the Thunderdome. Mad Max Thunderdome here.
No master, just blaster here.
Yeah, the master. Yeah, it'd be great if they had that in this episode. So he's
kind of like that moment
hammer.
in Justice League where the Flash is running and he sees Superman looking at him while he's going at like super speed and he's kind of like freaked out.
Slow.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
You're not as fast as you think you are, son.
Yeah, he's just the eyes looking.
That makes that whole movie worse because it makes the Flash entirely useless because his one thing that he's supposed to be able to do is super speed, and both Wonder Woman and Superman are super fast, so he's basically useless.
Boosh is on
Boosh,
fire.
Boosh, why do you think I bought it?
These guys just get paid for it.
I don't get that. It's all in good fun. I don't care.
Damn.
Yes, I look like a lesbian librarian. I understand.
Nos.
You're gonna shave at least one side of that head.
Forget the roast of Tom Brady. We're experiencing the roast of Sammy Three-Peat here tonight.
Yeah. Nas says basically the most dangerous thing in this world aren't bullets or even nukes. It's rogue AI that were splintered from the old net.
Yeah,
yes,
the Daemons.
And we're going to get into that. So like this shot right here, I love this. I don't want to say cell, but this, I guess you could say cell. But it's beautifully drafted up. Like the artwork for this is amazing. I love it. Like the colors, everything about it is so dynamic. They really know how to use the tones and the images here to balance everything out and bring out everything so poppy. It just pop, for your pleasure as you're watching it.
It's pop for your pleasure.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So David kind of jumps over like Jim Cotta, and then we get to this part. Yeah, he got it.
Village of the Crazies, baby.
If you know, you know.
I know.
Oh man, see, this is why this is my favorite part. So they show it in that bullet time, and then they show it in real time.
Yeah.
And I have this in the intro. And so David. Bane's no longer, around. He's not breathing anymore. He's splattered all over the wall. And so Julio's excited, and he's Kiwi.
He's holding the gun and a little pea shooter.
Yeah, like
neither of which have fired a shot.
I'm totally digging the art in this. Oh yeah, that's a great shot right there.
Oh yeah.
I did hear a ping, so that could only be one thing.
The
man, the legend,
Big
Oh
face.
shit! It's fucking.
Oh
BAGFACE.
yeah.
What up?
Oh shit!
He's late. He's high. He's BAGFACE.
Yeah, I'm high on more fun things today, though. So
Oh,
that's
Like
cool.
episode 9. Episode 9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No. legal things.
97.
Come on, Gooch.
Which
Oh,
one?
Legal.
X-Men. Oh, dude. Yeah. Holy.
oh,
Oh,
so
shit.
good. I just
Yes.
watched it today too.
Holy.
Yes.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's freaking
They did
out
so
about
many
that shit.
things.
It's gonna make that key issue bump up now.
Who put Bush in timeout?
No one puts Gooch in timeout.
No one puts.
No one
Bush in
puts
timeout.
baby in a corner.
Yeah. This scene is reminiscent of Ninja Scroll to me, Gooch. Oh yes, totally. That's a good call. I really like that.
One sec.
Seriously though, Gooch.
Oh, Nas put him in a
episode 9
timeout.
That went in so many places where I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do this. Oh my god, they're gonna do this. Holy shit, they're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Zach's put him in a timeout.
Zach's did.
Yeah. What'd I do?
Well, it's Zach's.
No,
not
Zach's.
Zach's.
No,
Zach's.
Zach's.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, it's Zach's. I'm not gonna dispute that.
Yeah.
It was you, damn it! It was you this whole time.
So yeah, we're just BAGFACE. We're just at the point where they're entering the fortress here, rescuing the daughter,
Where
is Isabella Morgan. And then he's just killed this Bane-looking character. Kiwi's letting them know that all the hostages are in the back room. There's multiple females back
the best
there.
part
Which part was that?
where he kills that dude. Is that where he uses the Sandevistan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he punches him in the jaw. That doesn't work, and he decides, I'm going to go through the back door.
So
Yeah.
good.
It's my favorite part in the whole episode.
And then this clown Julio decides to run forward, which I like because it just shows like the naive, naive. How do you say it?
Naivete?
Naivete, or yeah, of this clown, and because he wanted to work with David, like he was urging
Thank you, Bruce.
Cano, to work with David, and he runs forward and he
Doesn't he tell him don't? And he's
Yeah,
like,
but,
doesn't
not
but,
yet.
but Homeboy's
He's
already
like,
at it like a dead run and excited,
fucking
and
pitch.
then
What an idiot.
yeah he
Oh, and his arms up there.
he hits a trip line, and like a laser trip line, and we see
pop goes the weasel.
I love
the
Rebecca's
after
face. She's
effects.
Try hard,
Julio.
goes bye bye.
Mhm.
Yeah, Julio looks like
A Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah. So he's no longer. So
Oh, I do like his arms up there, and then you see like the gun just drop.
Yeah.
yeah. Great shot. So yeah, Julio's gone, and so his shares are going to the rest of the team.
R.I.P. Julio.
Yeah. And,
Done but not forgotten.
I love how they
Rebecca-
barely care.
yeah, Rebecca's just
Yeah.
like, oh well.
Yeah. David's just kind of got like this.
Yeah. So he's
He's like, "Ugh,
looking
I
for
wonder who's
Isabella
gonna clean up
Morgan.
this mess.
Not me.
Yeah. He opens up the door, looks for Isabella Morgan. She, raises her hand. Where is it? Right here. This girl right here raises her hand. And obviously the mission is complete. And so we see David outside as Isabella's, carted off or driven off. David starts talking to Wakano, and not Wakano, Wakako. Well, not Wakano, Wakako. And
Wakanda forever.
Making a long distance call to Wakanda. Can I?
Yeah, so like she's just talking about the mission.
Where's that
and
clip
then
of Kamala Harris saying Wakanda forever when you need it?
yeah.
Did she really?
Thankfully, not in this
Yep.
show.
Of course you did.
Damn, David, and those puffy steroid nips. He has the torso of John Jones.
Yes.
There's 31 people watching. Appreciate you all. You guys, if you can hit the like button, leave a comment, that'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to all these guys. They'd be even better, because it'd be awesome if you saw their content, because they're putting out great stuff. And hit that notification bell too, because YouTube's doing funky things lately, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, enjoy it for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting thing,
yeah.
because the assumption is that, I mean, they've obviously been doing jobs, but Wakako is essentially acting like this is the first time that she's really had him do a job, because she's like, oh, the rumors about you are true and all that. So this seems to be the first time with Wakako.
Yeah, he's building a reputation all throughout. And so they're driving back with no Julio, just them.
Yeah, that was one of Wakako's people, and he apologized, and she's like, ma'am, I mean, I told him no, but he's excited, and well, that's the end of him. So
yeah. So this is great that we stopped here. So this is a throwback to Pilar, because this is how he was in the second or third episode. And then now Rebecca's kind of doing the same thing, and I guess unintentionally doing it in honor of her brother, trying to make people laugh with everything, with the hands, the dances and everything. And then we get to David.
He's not making jerk off motions.
Oh, yeah. We get David and Falco talking. And they're basically Falco's like thanking him for, bringing him on the jobs, and, to keep him in mind of everything. And
I like the conversation they have.
Yeah.
Where David is essentially, he's like, hey, thanks for going. And Falco's like, hey, I'm always happy to do this. And then it gets to the, at first I thought you were full of shit, because you were. And but now he can recognize the change.
Well, he's like, a lot of, like, in this episode, you see a lot of people talk about David being the leader. All of them kind of doubted that he had the ability to be a leader, and you see Falco kind of saying the same things, and also saying, like, I appreciate the work, and David saying, come on, man, like he says right there, come on, dependable wheelmen are hard to find. And Falco's pretty happy to be working with David, because Maine was kind of set in his ways. He was great with the crew, but also a little over the top at times. His anger got the best of him at times. He didn't trust people. I mean, it's the world they live in. It's the environment that they have around.
Yeah,
them.
but David is building. So you were under Maine's shadow. David is now, as the leader, building his own reputation, and people are starting to notice. And like this goose is bluffing. But the thing is that
it'd be very hard not to be in Maine's shadow.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, if the sun is out, you're going to be in Maine's shadow. Unless it's its head. But the thing about, like, the opening with Julio, the fact that he just ends up wet paint, that's generally what happens with these overeager tryhard guys, right? And David was that guy when we first saw him. It's why nobody really wanted to connect with him all that much, right? Because it's like the World War II with the replacements, when they came in, all of the old guys don't want to know your name because you're going to get killed. Most of you are going to get killed first time we actually engage in combat, because you don't know anything and you do all the stupid shit. When you actually, show and demonstrate, survive a few, heists, then we can start to care about you. That's an interesting parallel on this one, that David was what Julio was at the beginning of this, and look how far he's come already.
Except Julio's dead.
Right, that's the only. But from them, that's exactly what the crew thought would happen to David.
Yeah.
Nice little narrative device. Nice little
And
parallel.
Gooch says, "Yeah, Jay, but that's Maine. David started caring about David.
Maine started caring about David, but again, because David started to show promise, wasn't Oh, I'm just going to run around and trip a wire and become a greasy stain on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the times he was stuck.
Night City.
I think the difference is like that David experienced something traumatic with his mother that caused this kind of PTSD effect that he always he always paused before he did anything and just couldn't get out of his own mind. Whereas Julio, yes, he was frightened and everything, but still didn't experience or didn't have that cautionary mindset. He just was so.
Yeah, I think there's a certain and again from the perspective of the team, they don't expect it from David, but the reason that Dave is able to survive that initial bloodletting that where you're going to weed out, because it's a very Darwinian process, right? Most people, their first or second gig, they're going to get got and nobody remembers them or cares. The reason that he's able to do that is because of what's happened to him, there's a certain maturity and recognition of how dangerous things are that he's directly experienced. Whereas a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I've read about it or I've seen it, but it hadn't happened to you, right? When it happens to you, that's when that lesson sticks and you stop and pause a bit and think.
Mm-hmm. And even Falco's recognizing a lot of the maturity of David and saying, expect you'll fly higher than Maine ever did.
Oh, he did. He fucking did.
Yeah. So, David leaves. Kiwi's standing there. She even says, I doubted you had it in you to take the reins. So like everyone's kind of coming forward and giving David the praise of kind of stepping up when they needed someone.
Want to hear it. I think he's still numb.
I think he does. I disagree. I think he does because he's lost his mother. He has no one. This is his family. And when your family recognizes you for, stepping up and being that person, and at times where everyone could just like been scrounging for small jobs and living on the streets doing nothing.
Well, I think the other thing is David is showing the elements of real leadership, right? Praise should never land on you. It should always go through you to the people that are under you. Criticism and consequences, that's what lands on you, right? So when she's like, oh, I didn't think you could do whatever. He's like, oh, I couldn't have, because not without the city's premised runner, right? Again, the praise, that's not for him. He's the leader. His job is to eat the shit part, right? You're like a shit umbrella, right? When the sun comes out, it's translucent, it shines on everybody. When the shit start dropping, that you're supposed to keep that off of everybody else, and you're the one that takes it.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Jacob? Thanks for joining us, brother.
I'm sorry, I'm still hung up on how does Kiwi eat through that COVID mask? Like, it's literally a part of her face. How does she
smoked
through that?
through it.
When
So
Maine
it's
punches
no
it
problem
off,
for
she
her to
doesn't
eat.
even have a mouth.
Yeah. She has.
I'm sorry.
Suppositories. There, I fixed it.
Yeah.
You can have that mental image for the rest of the show.
Protein shakes.
She must have got shifted out like a computer hard drive, like an air filter or something. She's probably had something like that.
Yeah, she has no nose. She's got no.
Yeah, we saw Maine kick the mask off of her.
Yeah, and she's got like nothing behind it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Eraserhead? Thanks for joining us, brother.
She did throw up in, what was it, episode 5, when the snuff film dude like sets the EMP off, like it affects her so much that she winds up.
Really?
Yes, but vomit comes from your stomach and trachea and all that, right? You don't need the mouth. It's coming that way, right?
Yeah, she still has a trachea and esophagus. And
yeah, otherwise she's dead because she can't breathe. And
so she's talking about how David, is being the leader that they needed. And then we see Rebecca kind of prance up on her hands like something.
Well, we have a nice insight there, because when he says, "Oh, you're the premis runner," and Kiwi says, "We both know that's not true."
Yeah,
right? And
'cause-
then have you had any
Lucy.
luck
Yeah,
trying to get her? And he's like, nah, just let that go. And then he starts asking
about her
Lucy.
background and
Right.
everything. Yeah, and Kiwi kind of says like, we don't really discuss that. We just bring him on for the jobs. It's never really talked about. And then of course we see Rebecca, and she's trying to be flirtatious with David. It doesn't hit. And David says she's talking about dancing and
Yeah, man, fuck David, bro. Rebecca's a hot item. Go get that shit.
We talked about
Get
this.
that.
She's the life ruiner. You don't
No,
go.
I
for the
don't
life
know.
ruiner.
I don't know, man. I feel like she's. I think she'd be worth it. I think she'd be worth it.
Famous last
no,
words.
no, it's not. It's never worth it to stick your dick in crazy.
Nope. There's never been a time after that I'm like, that went well.
Yeah, that was worth. No, it was not. I mean, there's a couple of times where me and my other head have to have a couple. Look, I'm tired of you getting me in trouble. I'm taking over the thinking here. You don't get to make decisions anymore.
Bag took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, I'll be sleeping with one eye open. Mouth implant, a lot of food come in paste. Deharka 88, thanks for joining us. I don't think I've seen you on here, but thanks for joining. Boosh is struggling in the chat. Gooch, can I get a wrench so Nos can't bully me anymore? And Nos is saying Lucy's a good character because this shows her flaws, but her fear of peeping those files crippled her.
Yeah, and then her backstory.
Yeah, the dad.
You're
we'll
spot
get
on though, Nas, in that other one.
Yeah,
I like how Kiwi right here. She's just all being passive aggressive at Rebecca. She's like, "Some of us go out with more dignity than others,
More shame, yeah, than we had when we got here." Well, but Kiwi's that way with everybody, right? She's kind of that dry humor, sarcasm.
And then Nos, of course, Nos being Nos, dude. Crazy is the best pussy you'll ever get. Don't be a retard and give a real name or take her to your house and you're good.
I was literally gonna say that.
That's how you come out and you see your cars on fire.
Yep.
Yep.
But
Always
you
go to
never-
their house.
You always go to their house. Always
yeah.
go to their
Oh,
house.
no. See, stop
100%.
underestimating Crazy. Crazy will find out some shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you have no social media.
Who's like,
No,
she's-
you can't have social. You can't know anybody. You can't because they'll be like, oh, something. Here we go, whatever.
Yeah, she'd be like, who the fuck is she? Be like, it's my grandma. She's calling to wish me happy birthday. Calm down.
Wait, has
guys-
anyone?
Yeah, 1 minute everything's fine and dandy, and then the next minute it's baby reindeer.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even bring that shit up.
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
Gooch. Did you
Yes.
see that the actual Martha came out?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
saw that.
saw a snip.
I'm dying to watch that interview. Has no one talked about how Sammy looks like fucking like Hugh Hefner? Like
Yeah,
Midwestern
no,
Hugh
it's come
Hefner?
up multiple times.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just had to make
I brought
sure.
up my mom's drapes in the 70s, lap inset, a Marriott. It's
the carpet from
everything's
The
brought up.
Shining.
It's
Yeah,
what
it
it
is.
is.
The carpet from The Shining.
That's a good one.
Hey, got you.
Good one.
I like it though. It's a good look. It's a good look.
Yes.
Suits you.
Dollar Store Eye of Sauron. That was another one.
Yeah.
Yep.
No one's gotten to. It does look like the AIDS virus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Looks like some
Outbreak.
sort of virus.
But when it comes to Crazy, you do it out of country or out of state or out of province. You don't do it in your own neighborhood.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
That's the
If
rule.
it's
No,
out
you
of
just
country,
don't
make
do
sure
it.
it's not
You just
rich
don't
crazy.
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it sometimes.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you do. You have to learn, and then after you learn that lesson, you know.
That's the problem with Julio. He didn't. He didn't
Jay,
do that.
show us on the doll where Crazy touched you.
Crazy stalked me for 3 years,
Yeah, crazy.
and I didn't even stick it in that one.
That's why they stalked you.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. You got to give them the bad dick, and then they're like, oh,
yeah, I'd be like, oh, I can't even get it up. What am I going to do?
Yeah, I had crazy.
Yes.
You want all 2 inches, or you want a little bit?
Yeah. She's like, is it in yet? You're like, I'm done.
I'm in and out and leaving.
Yeah, fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, you better hide that milk because they'll be coming for that.
No, honestly, dude, Rebecca is definitely a one that I would pull it if I was living in the cyberpunk. I'm like, all right, bet, let's go.
Nice knowing you, dude.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I would risk it.
you might as well just be pissing off of a freight container. Hence,
You're gonna hear. Oh, I'm done with the small guns. Time to bring.
time to bring out the big gun. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The prepare to peg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought we were pegging? Allow me to retort.
So Rebecca's feeling at her, flirting with David. David gets up and starts leaving to go home to Lucy, and then Kiwi calls out Rebecca. You're
Rebecca says this. I ain't good at playing just friends.
Yeah, and Kiwi's just like, maybe you need to change your game up. Consider shaking up your approach.
She's so ready to just give him the night of his life.
Yeah. David is heading home. You see Lucy in the tub regenerating. David actually stops off at the dock, and they're talking about the cannon in his forearm. It's an oversized faucet. Arm socket connector's warped. It's meaning probably doesn't even fit his forearm properly. And Doc is kind of like frustrated with trying to, fix this thing up all the time. And I'm sure he did the same thing with Maine.
He's like,
and he's
Irie.
Yeah, and he's just mentioning he's got all kinds of next gen chrome in the back that he could put in. And Dave's like, no, I'm going to keep this. This one's good. And then he's asking him about muscle reinforcers. So going back to what we were saying earlier, where who was it that was mentioning?
I mentioned that's why he got jacked up, is that he's doing it.
Jacked up, yeah. This is probably one of the main reasons here, and he's asking for Kuroshi's new model, and even Doc is thinking like, "Geez, dude, like slow your roll." Like you like.
Well, Doc's already like seriously impressed that he isn't just like dead from the amount of chrome that he's got.
The term "choom" gets mentioned quite a bit in this episode. Like, I don't know what choom means. It's a kind of a
like
slang.
Chum or buddy or something.
No, it's like gangster. It's like cholo in Spanish.
Okay. I don't know. Just looking at
it's
this,
like
I'm
an affection. It's an affectionate thing for G. You bring cornstarch one more time, and this it.
Sammy looks like he got kicked out of Studio 54, and they made him wear that jacket.
Imagine what he was wearing when he went in.
Actually, I went in completely naked, and Elton John felt bad for me. So
yeah.
I would say Donna Summer felt bad for it. She gave her.
Oh my god, not that.
She did not feel love when she saw that.
Dave,
you're
to make a serious point.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you for thinking I have the physique to fit into something that Donna Summer might wear.
I don't know if I thought you had a gigantic dick before, but now I definitely do. Because you can't wear that unless you got a huge dick. So yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Is he gonna like whip it out just to prove that he has it? Like, what's going on?
Nothing drives a woman crazier than a big Easter basket on her body.
Son of a
Oh gosh,
bitch.
it's the P dude from Friday Night Tights all over again. Help!
Deharka 88. Choom is like, hey buddy, for what I understand. Okay. It just seems like more of a slang term for something else.
Yeah.
But
at first I thought it was derogatory, and then
that's what I thought.
But everybody's calling people choom. So yeah.
No, it's so again, what you don't see is normies calling each other that, right? That it's not just random guy. You have to be in the game, right? That's why I said it's like cholo, or G.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It means you're homie. Okay.
Yeah.
Elbows out.
Yeah.
Again, you're in the game.
Colors. All right. So So
I'll get the Ice-T album out. Let's go.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Doc is
I was just watching.
Go ahead.
I was just watching this, and I was thinking, what does it feel like to have your entire body made of metal like that? Like seeing Rebecca's giant hands like that, and then seeing his body. It looks cool, but it made me feel a little uncomfortable thinking about how that must feel to have your flesh replaced by metal. It really weirdly plays into the kind of post-humanist themes of cyberpunk that eventually having
it's
this
the
much metal-
transhumanism stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's got to be some phantom pain involved, I'm sure.
Well, I think so. See, yeah, I think just came up on Stupenzo's Matrix stream at one point where they were talking about like jacking in as different body types or something like that. And why didn't they demonstrate that? Well, so one of the things that the problems with, and again, like amputees have the problem where, you cut something off and they still like feel an itch or like feel like their hands are still there. It's because the brain it builds up all of these connections to make things work, right? So that you don't have to intentionally think about it. When you're replacing, your normal body parts with these things, the brain has to somehow interface with it, right? And it takes time to like be able to retrain the brain to have the kinesthetic sense of where everything is, right? Where your hand actually is, because if you look at like Rebecca's hands, they're fucking huge now compared to how small her hands were before, right? So if you go to grab something, normally you don't have to watch your hand go to something, but she would have had to retrain her brain to do that, or they do it with software or whatever. But that's all part of the why you go cyberpsychosis, right? That more and more of the baseline of what you are, of how your brain understands and experiences the world, you're forcing it out of that mold, and it's just causing more and more demand on it.
Yeah, the stress on the nervous system. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like, I mean, we're getting there. Like there was an image today on X where this person had lost their fingers and they had a robotic hand put on like it just had the robotic fingers, and there was like a little class that connected to the nerves in the radius section of the
right in your forearm,
lower arm, and she could move her fingers up and down and everything. We're getting really close to all this kind of stuff. It's
I mean, again, we have it for a lot of amputees with dexterous hands, right? But it takes them quite a while of physical therapy and training the brain to rewire. I'm moving this finger, I have to use a different set of muscles, and I have to think about it a little differently. But eventually, we'll figure it out.
Sammy's a hit tonight.
It does look like you raided Gary Glitter's wardrobe.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Gary Glitter.
Been hanging out with Magic Mike lately.
Seriously, the MVP is my boy Jody. He fucking gets it. Jody Foster. So yeah,
my comment.
So yeah, we're seeing David just getting more cyberware. And oh yeah, he mentions Adam Smasher to David here, and David has no idea who Adam Smasher is, and he gives him the lowdown how he was like an ex-military guy, hero from the Fourth Corporate Wars. It says right there, and he's like a legend. All these stories of him, like being like a fully cyborg boogeyman, walking nightmare, living legend, a skinny one. And David's just like, well, actually, there was something there I wanted to read. The kind that fills graveyards on Arasaka's orders. And
yeah, I did a little bit of research on Adam Smasher after I finished the series, and apparently he's like 98% chrome. Like his body is just 98% metal. It's only a little bit of his spinal column and most of his brain that's left. That's organic matter.
Right.
Wow. Is he's not in the game? Is he there? Like, is anyone played
the
game?
tabletop? Yeah. Probably, but I don't know what the video.
Yeah, he's in the I know this because I've seen a couple of playthroughs in Cyberpunk 2077. Like, spoiler alert, the main character V completely overpowers him at the end and turns him into basically just like a little bitch. But in this show, he's completely terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Gooch, it's some 1984 Ingsoc stuff. The media calls him a hero. The people call him a hero. Yeah, so David learns of Adam Smasher here, and you know, Kiwi gives David a call as he's leaving to go home. That's
a sick burn by Nos there, Sammy.
I was gonna say that one actually hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that's ouch.
That one?
Yes, that's exactly the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean after he was cool? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
He's still going strong.
Funnily enough, Adam Smasher actually almost killed Keanu Reeves in 2077. Like, that's part of Keanu Reeves's character's backstory, is that Adam Smasher almost killed him.
What do you mean by that? Keanu Reeves.
The backstory. So Keanu Reeves, his character's in the Cyberpunk video game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it in there. Adam,
it's part of the main story. Like,
Adam Smasher is generally one of the scariest characters in this entire universe. Only one badass. The most legendary solo was Morgan Blackhand, who actually fought him and lived.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a weird detail that I read about on the wiki where, like, on the 18th birthday of the daughter of the Arasaka Corp, the daughter of Arasaka Corp's president, on her 18th birthday, Adam Smasher gave her a one-night stand via a Gemini body. Like, he linked his consciousness up to like a dummy body and had sex with her. It was weird.
Yes,
look, let's not act like none of us have done that before.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Wow.
So
Remember
yeah,
my first beer.
That's how you stick your dick in crazy. You remote control someone else.
Yeah.
Wiki is calling David. David says like, I'm not partying, and she's like, no, come stop by the afterlife. You got to meet someone about possible client that wants to meet you. And Wiki says, good luck to David. And yeah, there it is right there. And David meets the man himself, Faraday. Yeah. And Faraday is, talking about David's reputation, and talked about his relationship with Maine and how they had an agreement. And David says, well, yeah, I've met you once before. And he's actually wanting David to do a job for him. And David's like, a test. And
you could call it.
Yeah, Faraday's like, yeah, you could call it that. And so David's like, okay, we'll do the test. And Faraday,
there's an interesting so Faraday also, so he points out, yeah, it's hard to spot the organic from the steel on you now because you're already so chromed up.
Mm-hmm. And
I still can't get over his
like
stupid
the dude from
three
Team
eyes stacked
America.
on top of each other. Like, I'm just
Pardon
like,
me?
what the fuck is that for?
With Faraday, with his triple
With Faraday,
eye on
like
one
the
side.
three eyes stacked on top of each other. I'm like, why would you feel the need to do that? It doesn't make any sense. Like,
I totally forgot the purpose of those three eyes. Like, what?
There's no
exactly
purpose. They
do.
just look edgy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue that each one sees a spectrum or something like that. The other thing, he could just be a huge fan of Third Eye Blind. Who the hell knows?
Yes.
Gooch, has Faraday's eyes been explained? No, they have not been explained. This host is stealing my chats. Yes. Yeah, that's why Max Tech is so effective too. HOSTMANN, they're essentially cyber psychoses themselves. Okay,
Yeah.
psychos themselves.
Yeah, I put in the chat. I said that Mike Pondsmith, the creator of Cyberpunk Cyberpunk, he basically said that Atom Smasher is a high-functioning cyber psycho.
Interesting. So David learns that the job that is given to him is a job from Militech because the Tanaka job that they did, they're still like kind of wanting to link up and get the data that they didn't get from that Tanaka job. And
They allegedly didn't get.
Yeah, he allegedly
You
didn't
for
get.
that. Nice.
And Faraday starts talking to him how they need a efficient net runner and kind of hinting at Lucy, and he's saying he like basically telling David he needs to convince her to do the job. Now I'm just curious if he like this is the part where I'm thinking that he's trying to convince David to get Lucy on the job so they can get at Lucy somehow, or because when we hear the backstory of Lucy coming up here, I'm just wondering if it's a way to link that. I don't know what your guys' thoughts about that after watching this episode and learning about Lucy and
well, I think you already have Arasaka looking for David because he has shown a tolerance for Chrome that is rather noticeable to them, and that's what Tanaka was trying to do. If Militech is looking for something because they know that Arasaka is very interested in it, that could be enough. And then, as we find out information about Lucy, that's great. Does Militech know? We'll see. I mean, they definitely know that they want that Edge Runner because she was able to break encryption and get into stuff that they didn't think, would be doable.
Militech knows. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Nas is like, Militech directly arms and supplies the Nusa, aka.
Did we get Lucy's backstory in this one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where good backstory. I actually really.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could totally go for a Lucy series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with you on that.
I 100% agree.
Child soldiers always make for an interesting character.
You got some
Naruto.
weird fucking taste, dude. You got weird taste, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's what she is, though. Yeah.
Child soldiers make for interesting characters.
Well, it's like the movie Soldier, right? Where Kurt Russell, like just from the time he's like, little kid, it's immersion in fighting and combat and all that, and then what do they turn into as adults? And they're usually
Jason
pretty
Statham.
stunted. No, that would be problematic. But without the wisecracks, right?
Generation Kill on HBO, the Generation Kill, that series that's based off of the autobiography about that group of soldiers in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, they're not children. They don't start at like 3 and are molded to be this, right? Spartans are probably a better match, right? The whole Spartan civilization was grab a child at like 6 or 7 and then you're immersed.
Faraday sounds like Spotswood from Team America. And cracks me up every time.
America.
Well, he is Gus Green from Breaking Bad.
It's Giancarlo
Esposito.
Yeah.
Despacito. I like Tostitos.
Is
and
Esposito is he in Team America?
I don't think so.
No. I don't think he was. I don't think
he was
that
acting at that time. I mean, he's in Miami Vice for fuck's sake. So he's
Didn't he just get cast in a Marvel too? I think he just got cast in Marvel.
He's cast in everything now.
He's
in
cast in
Star
Marvel,
Wars.
but they haven't said what he is.
Man,
He was in Mandalorian.
I was hoping he'd be
in
Professor X, but
Oh, that's right. He was in Mandalorian. Fuck.
Wait, they want him to be Professor.
Yeah,
X.
I was
No,
down
that
for
was
him
a
to
fan
be
cast.
Professor X until he said he wouldn't shave his head. So
yeah,
fucking
that's kind of
boo.
rough.
So David's at home in his penthouse, and then we see Lucy.
We see her all right.
Oh, come on.
Zach, hard pivot. You're gonna need some new artwork.
I did do a drawing of her with her tits out.
yeah, so these two get together. They're having a conversation. David is kind of like, asking Lucy if she's, ready to, join them with the new job that they're on. And they're kind of happy together. Like they have a good, good vibe. They communicate well. And,
well, I like the fact that, again, Lucy calls back to, because he's like, oh, we had a kid, he got excited, he got wasted, and she's like, sounds familiar, referring to David, because it's how they saw him initially.
I mean, they truly love each other. Like you can see it. David is super content, and his mind isn't racing 1,000 miles per hour when he's around her. And every time he's around her, he's always oogling her. So I like it. I like them being together. I just preferred, Rebecca instead.
Wrong.
But whatever.
I think the thing about David now is that he's calmed down enough. He understands when not to push, right? When not to ask too many questions. It's basically, okay, you do you on your own time. But also that's also a bit of his maturity as a leader, is that you learn how to manage, individual personalities, what you can do with certain people, what you can't, right, to get the best out of them. And pushing Lucy is a terrible idea.
Now, when it comes to, I think we discussed this in episode 2, I want to say, maybe 3, when it comes to, maybe it was 1, when it comes to like intercourse with, when you're all chromed up. I think it's just more the brain dance, right? They don't really engage in sex anymore, really. Now that they're all
WD-40 as lube.
Yeah, like they're all chromed up. Like
so nothing unusual. It's just like, real life, right?
Yo, damn. What the?
But fuck? They're like the sex life for them now at this point. Does it exist?
So they clearly have to have some sort of touch feedback in order to be functional in the world, right?
Well, yeah, their nervous system's still functioning, but like, is the libido and is there like the sexual organs still intact? Like, is that still?
Well, I know I would be crumbed up and have 3 inches of penis instead of 2. So that's me.
Going for the record.
Oh yeah. Take it, baby.
Just
Take it
curious,
on.
or do they
That's the
do
record, right?
that Judge Dredd thing with Stallone and Sandra Bullock and just?
Oh no,
That's Demolition Man.
Or Demolition Man. Sorry, yeah. Wow, got that wrong.
So I guess it would depend on how chromed and where you're chromed, right? But I think there would come a point where you chrome to the point that and by the way, because again you're affecting your brain, you may be making trades where you just don't care anymore, right? That combat or whatever is more important, and so you make those trades.
I mean, people have to procreate, though. I mean,
they gotta
these don't, right? They're not going to be alive long enough to.
Yeah,
what's that? What's that, Big?
Like, they still got bodies. They got to piss and shit, right? Like,
yeah, like that's what I'm asking. Like,
they would have to keep something.
So anal's on the table.
Yeah, at least.
Well, unless you just have like a blood scrubber or something like that,
Well,
we're still trying to figure out what the hell Kiwi. We know that Kiwi must insert it rectally to eat because she doesn't have a mouth anymore, right?
Pilar died because the one that was cyber psychotic was pissing off of the container there.
Right, but but again, it's people, because I guarantee the Atom Smasher is not swinging dick.
No,
right. There's just a metal plate because he gives no fucks anymore.
He is. He's just using.
It's like that old joke. The wife comes home and said, "My gynecologist says I can't have sex for a month," and he goes, "What'd your dentist say?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
life finds a way, my friend.
Yeah,
I know a
life
dude,
finds a way.
Who, like, I guess this could be real life. I guess I know a guy that has 3 piercings on his nutsack, and I've seen them. And when he got them done, he couldn't have sex for 6 months, and he was like, "Yeah, it was worth it." I was like, "Oh,
Damn.
no, it is not. No,
I'm sorry, man. I'm super
and then they
fucking-
gave him my.
I mean, did they remove the balls to give the piercing? Is that what happened?
no, it's just like along the seam, just through the sack."
Ooh,
Jesus.
no, thank
I'm-
you.
No.
Jesus.
No,
And then he said it
three
was
of 'em?
worth it. I feel like that would get caught
Three?
on everything.
He said
He
liked
ain't getting
that
it caught in anything. He was willing to go 6 months just for a piercing. No.
Boosh.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
I'm-
saying, even just like walking around day to day, like, you know, it's getting stuck on your jeans. You know,
He
the
jingles when
toilet
he
seat.
walks. If you like listen closely, you can hear like a little like ting ting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so do
you-
I, but that's because they're brass
They're
and
like
they clang
the little
together
castanets.
occasionally. You know,
Yeah,
it's,
like little
Yes,
spoons.
Eyeballs!
Well, I'm just curious to see like a shower curtain. He just hooks his like rings on there and just
Yeah.
He walks by the television, it fizzles out a
Yeah.
little bit, you know.
Curtis Lee Cancino, thanks for joining us. I appreciate that.
time.
yeah, I'm
Good
sure
time
they
to-
won't be back after that conversation. But okay.
Yeah. So we're talking about how they're having sex in this world when you're all
I think
chromed
they're
up.
having sex.
I think they are because
Well-
again, they're
Look at that.
they're-
You telling me
She's
you
not that
chrome
chromed
your
up.
dick after seeing that and having the opportunity at Lucy? You'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna chrome up my dick so I can't use.
Yeah,
it.
I was
exactly.
I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that part untouched.
Yeah, fat chance, dude.
I'm gonna go natural.
I think Pilar even said he was
What
making fun
the
of the guy, the psycho that killed him, where he says like,
he crumbed his
"Oh,
dick.
you chromed your dick? That's fucked up, dude."
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
he was
yeah.
making
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. He did.
So that'd be me. Yeah.
So God. Lucy takes David and they're looking at the stars in the sky. This is their thing.
Gay.
Having a conversation. No, it's not. It's good. It's a good conversation. It's a good build up.
what are
And
you,
so,
Andrew Tate?
Well, it's David's first time outside the city.
Mhm.
Oh,
Uh,
that's yeah.
Nos is saying there are legit penis implants in this world.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Okay.
me that. I just got surgery. I don't need another one.
You picked the wrong one, brother. That's all I gotta say.
For real. What am I doing?
Curtis has been lurking. Curtis Lee's been lurking. Appreciate it.
Speaking of that, do you think that
Yeah, Jay gets one.
like-
It's like, oh, it drills its own glory hole.
All right. Does it have a money
Um,
changer
just
on it
think-
as well?
I'm just thinking about that? Do you think,
Shoots
like,
out quarters.
Yeah, yeah. It goes like
Shoots out cab fare.
What the fuck?
Do you think that the corpos
look, I didn't make
keep,
this
like, a
world. I just
harem-
live in it. I don't know what you're talking about, Zach.
Do you think the corpos keep like a harem of unchromed girls that they can have children
must.
with?
Oh, absolutely.
They must. They must. That there's a market. There'd be a market for that.
Well, again, there's a huge population of people that can't afford Chrome.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna, they're the worker bees. They're the ones that are essentially doing the replacement. You get to a certain limit. I mean, it's like any major industrialized country. The richer you are, the less children you have. It's the poor that have the most kids, and it's going to be the same way in New City.
Yeah. So David and Lucy are having a conversation, and Lucy starts getting into her background, which is one of the coolest backgrounds.
Ooh.
And the history of Lucy is explained here. You know why I've never been outside the city before.
Well, he's never been.
Or he's never been out of the city. And she's just starts talking about how she was not born in this country. And she was born in a Arasaka facility in another country. As it says right there, I was born in another country. And there she was amongst 13 other kids that it's like, again, subtitles say it all, that passed a proficiency test that were tagged to become net runners, and they were trained and used to as it says again right here, to serve the world's most powerful megacorp one day. That was promised.
Yeah, they
to
think
them.
they're going to be like the Michael Jordan of
Yeah.
the corp, right? That they are so specialized and so well trained and so far above everybody else that they'll be sent all over the world to solve the corporation's problems. And
Yeah. And so and obviously they find out that they're wrong. What's up, Adam? Thanks for joining us. Oh, for fuck's sake, we can't
we complain about Velma or something?
Yeah, they're
Velma
net
sucks.
runners. Yeah, exactly.
Just watch the scene where Scrappy kills Velma online. That'll make the experience a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might just do that actually.
So she finds out like they're not going to experience the dream that they were given. They were put in the underground, and they were scanning the old net, and working that, and then they would get eliminated.
Well, you get the backstory. It was like, wait, the old net that like collapsed
50 years ago,
right?
Yeah,
and then she gives the backstory about the hacker that
the creator of Demons, the legend Rach Bartmoss, and
I think this was one of the few pieces of dialogue that was a little stilted, because he's like, wait, what are you talking about? And then she just like says very specifically what it is, and he's like, oh yeah, now I remember that. And then he gives like the rest of it, like you would expect from a kind of clunky exposition dialogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very Zack Snydery.
Yeah.
As you know, we know. Yes, I know that.
Well,
blah, blah, blah,
but he does. Yeah, he doesn't understand. I mean, that it still exists, and he knows that it was brought down. I'm not sure he knows the history, other than he might have heard of the name, and he haven't even heard of Atom Smasher.
Yes. Sonia, thanks for joining us. What's up? And there's a big shout out from Adam here. Hosty, Gooch, Bagman. Never put Hosty in front of me again.
Well,
Look,
I am
at least he can block your view of Sammy's jacket, right? So you know, kind of like a portable sandbag
Pimping.
thing.
It's not easy, or for the faint of heart.
Definitely not while wearing that.
You look like Jeff Dunham's puppet, Sweet Daddy D, but white.
I'll take it.
So yeah, she says right here, he was the true savant, super hacker legend, Rach Bartmoss, and he basically took out. I don't even have to say much because it's all in the subtitles here. But the guy corrupted like 78% of the global net in a single day, which led to data crash, virus shattered cyberspace, and broke the net into scattered mosaic of isolated local nets, and that was a huge. It's kind of like a big meltdown for the world. They're searching for now. They're searching for legacy info and lost knowledge, and that was their job. And only an advanced runner can interface using their whole mind, which basically is Lucy, in a nutshell. And we find out like throughout this, they were getting picked off one by one. The ones that were kind of useless in this.
Yeah, because his demons are still out and running, right?
And there was only a handful of them left when it was all said and done, and so they decided to go against Arasaka and use the skills that they were taught and escape and run out. And
they blow the heads out of the techs.
And you see Lucy running out, and she says like she didn't even look back. There was bullets being fired, and she woke up the next day in a junkyard, and she just basically ran till she found a place to call home, which was Night City. And this is the place, but there's no place like Night City, and if you want to hide, so that's where she's been. And even now they still feel like they're chasing you, asks David, and she's like saying not really, I guess. But again, that's a lie, because when we see David embrace Lucy kind of right here, you see her eyes change. And so she's connected to everything. This is what we're learning. So the next scene we jump to is we see a Arasaka netrunner, just discussing the Tanaka corrupted data with Arasaka, and as he's talking about it, he's getting up to leave the room that he's using to,
Jack
hack,
in.
jack in and hack. Yeah, jack and hack. He's walking on the street, and it's Lucy that encounters him because like he starts glitching out, and then he's fried and
The
dead.
Dahmer special.
Yeah, and you see Lucy emerging from the shadows here with the red eyes, and that's the end of the episode.
Mhm.
Are you shitting me?
That's it.
Get the
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah,
man.
this one was short.
They're all
Give me
I
some.
don't-
They're all relatively short.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I mean, there's
Yeah, well, this one.
I
felt
think
short
the
even by
prior
show
one,
standards.
which is actually like in runtime longer, but everything seems so compressed because of kind of the the manic pace that they do everything. When this one is it tells a lot more. It actually felt longer to me when I watched this one,
Mhm.
even though runtime was pretty short.
well, the Lucy story I watched a couple times, like the
Mhm.
backstory. It's an interesting one, and like Bush says, she's always jacked in, and I like do we learn? I can't remember. Like, do we learn of her how she how she has that ability? Like she mentions she uses her mind, like her like she like the ability to do it without being like I guess.
Well, like so, even Kiwi is able. I mean, it's not like she's sitting in a terminal or
Yeah,
hard jacked in or whatever, right? So you're always jacked in to a certain extent if you're an edge runner, and you're in the net. The thing is that because of her training and her ability, she has skills that most edge runners now don't. Right, so she's able to like jam his vision system and breaks through his ice and then pops his head.
Okay, Nas
Yeah.
says like the actual net running is insanely dangerous. It's
Mhm.
like the Matrix, where if you die in cyberspace, your body will too.
Dies too, right? Which is what happens to those other kids.
Yeah, those rogue AIs, like the daemons or whatever they call them, like chop them up into bits in cyberspace, and then their bodies like curl up and there's
Right.
blood
Then
coming out of
when
their
it
mouths.
switches back, they're bled out in the chair, right, bleeding from the nose and the mouth.
Nice. So Jay, like we'll start off with you. What's your general thoughts of this episode?
Yeah, I appreciated this one quite a bit because it was it's kind of a pause in a way, but still moving things forward, right? So it's we had all of the mania and the pretty serious events of the prior episode. This one is kind of a take a breath and let's examine our characters and get some backstory and some better understanding of who they are in the now. But still, you have the plot moving forward with the with Faraday showing up, with them running the earlier job and cycling in new potential team members and all of that, right? So they're still progressing, but it's not, the stakes have at least quieted a bit to let us reflect on the characters and to get some better understanding. I love Lucy's backstory. It explains a lot of her behavior in the prior episodes, right? The fact that she was like hiding. She didn't want anybody to see when she went into the docks, to get work. Her distancing from people when she actually then does a full jack in the prior episode, and they had to throw in the cold tank and all that. It all makes sense. It also it explains her reticence about a lot of things, and then also she brings up that her fear before was purely personal, and she thought she was kind of free, right? She's smart enough to stay ahead of Arasaka, but because of her connection to David, she has a larger concern now, which is she's not so much worried about her. She's worried about David, and that's leading her back into the danger, but she's less concerned about herself and more about David. I think this thing, again, it just fleshes out the characters, so well. And yeah, as chat keeps bringing up, this show assumes that you're intelligent enough to figure shit out, right?
Mhm.
Watch the show. We'll tell you by showing you, and no, we're not gonna, have giant exposition dumps and oh, by choom I mean this, figure it out. And I appreciate that very much, because so much of how things are written now is the writers are stupid and they assume the audience is as stupid as they are.
What's up, Barbara? Thanks for joining us. BAGFACE, your general thoughts on this episode?
Hey, this is where this show kind of lost me a little bit. This is the second last episode, right?
This is
episode
7. We got
7. There are 10 episodes.
3 more.
Right?
Yeah, we got 3
Yeah.
more.
Is there
We got 3 more after. Yeah.
Yeah, the time jump just kind of throws me a little bit. It feels like we miss crucial moments with David's character, where we see him turn into the leader that he is in this episode. And it kind of bums me out a lot, because I feel like that is so important to his character and where his character ends up. And it seems like that's like it's all leading to here, but instead of letting it lead to this point, it's just kind of like, yeah, we got to it. He's all chromed out. He's a good leader. And I'm just like, like, yeah. Oh, look, he's with Lucy. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like Rebecca wants to bang him now. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Like,
Well, she did
I don't
before.
know. She did before, I guess, but yeah, it's still not a bad episode. I really like Lucy's backstory. The fight scenes are really fucking cool. Is it just a few months? Is it supposed to be a few months?
I think it's 5 months for some reason. I have that.
It kind of makes it even worse, I guess, in my head, because like David becomes almost a different human in 5 months. You're like, damn, okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't mind that so much, because the I know the path he's going to go on, right? I mean, it's a if you stop and think about it for a bit, he's gonna more because they're lost without a leader. He's gonna try and take it over. Yeah, he's gonna have some learning, but he's gonna copy Maine quite a bit. He's gonna get the implants, because he's gonna get the stuff that Maine had because of the deal that they made.
It just kind of feels like that's where the writers wanted it to go, and not where I felt the character. Like, I know the character is going there, but that is what I want to see. And I think that's my issue with this episode, is I want to see David turn into this guy, not him be this guy. As badly, like, I there's less of a payoff to me, I guess, because I don't see him become the person that he is in this episode. So like, yeah,
I think there's a benefit to leaving things up to imagination, right? Look, the next episode, if it was immediately after Maine got killed, we know that in a few months David is going to be here. So what are we doing other than just having let's all have our interpersonal talks and talk about our feelings or whatever, or just get to where it matters again, right?
I feel like I could have gone for that episode. Like, I could have gone for the breath episode, because that's kind of what this is. It's like a
right, yeah,
like an in between episode. I could have gone for the aftermath of Maine, and just kind of like even another fucking montage where we see David kind of take the reins in a sped up kind of way.
I think that wouldn't have been a breath episode then, right? Because you would have had kind of that manic catch up speed.
A lot to get up on. Yeah,
right.
It's the only big flaw in this show that I find. It makes me care less about David as a character. But it made me care more about Lucy, which is weird, because the story is about David essentially, but then I end up by the end of the show caring more about Lucy than I do about the main character. But maybe that was intentional. Who knows? But
I don't know if that's an accident, right? Because look at the different episodes, and each one kind of focuses on a particular character in their.
Yeah, that is true. That
viewpoints,
is very
right?
true.
Yeah. I feel like there could be a little. They should have just kept the David thread, I think, a little heavier. But yeah, I don't know. Like I still. Are we rating? Are we rating now? Are we doing?
Yeah,
that?
you can. You can. No, you can. Yeah.
Like I still give this episode like a 6 and a half ish. Yeah, like it's definitely not bad. I don't mind it. This is like one of the last episodes I watched, and I was like, that was pretty good. Except for the finale's pretty good. But yeah.
Sammy.
You guys are doing beautiful, by the way. It's giving me just the amount of right time for me to keep going.
Talk
Keep
for a
going.
while, Sammy.
Yeah, just keep going. Just keep
Sammy,
going.
you need to give your explanation via interpretive dance in order for Zach to have the correct amount of time.
Especially in that cloak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Them jazz hands,
good
baby.
point. Good point. Yeah.
By the way, I
No.
just want to do a quick shout out before you start. Hypno, thanks for joining us, brother. I always appreciate when you jump in. Go ahead there, Sammy.
I've liked this series every single episode. I like that, we got more background about my girl Lucy. I really liked the opening fight scene. I thought that was just really awesome. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about the show. I think it's a lot of fun. And this episode I'd probably give it, I don't know, I feel like it's a solid 7.8. Like it's not enough. It's not as action packed as the other ones, but when the action hit, it was good. And there was a lot of fun aspects about it. I feel like you got to know Falco a little bit better. The Rebecca scenes were fun.
Yeah,
and
they are.
and
Get him, chat.
for the most part, yeah, I think it's just a solid show. So I really didn't have any glaring problems. I like David's coming into his own. I like that he's honoring Maine in his own way, and yeah. So
Oh shit, my cam's not on. I thought my cam was on the whole time.
Hosty, your general thoughts, bro.
I think it's kind of superfluous to say that I liked this episode because I found the series to be extremely enjoyable overall, but there were a couple of flaws in this one. Like I thought some of the exposition was a little too clunky, even excuse me, considering that this is kind of needed for the finale. I feel like it could have been a little bit more streamlined, and I'm just like Giancarlo Esposito as the shady broker / criminal mastermind. I'm like, yeah, pretty cliche there, show. But I thought it was a pretty good episode. I liked getting a glimpse into Lucy's background. I like how easily the show switches in tone from at the beginning you're kind of frenetic. You're just kind of like, okay, what's going on? You're reacclimating yourself with David and Rebecca after not seeing them from their perspective, like 5 months or so. And then it switches to like lighthearted kind of wind down time. And then it becomes more somber when you get to Lucy's backstory, and it doesn't feel jarring at all. So given those couple of kind of niggles I can throw at it, I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. And I'll just give Zach a little more time here. I'll give my take on it. I think with this episode, I thought it was a good way to end the second act, going into the third act, obviously the last 3 episodes. this show has a way to draw you in. Like it goes at a very rapid pace. Like in the beginning, we start off with a very intense, action packed scene into character development and background of Lucy that we want, that we desperately want, because we get snippets here and there. We hear about Rebecca, we hear about Maine, we hear about Dorio, we hear even about Kiwi, and we even hear like about Falco in this episode. Which is we get a lot of information in this episode. So I like this episode. I thought it was one of the stronger episodes, to be honest. I would give this one probably an 8.5 out of 10. And again, I get to the animation. It's this episode was very dark and gritty. We didn't see any of the day scenes that much, where we've seen that in the past. They really know how to set the tone for an episode with their palettes. I really appreciate that. They are a master class when it comes to using that. Even at the end, with leaving with the cliffhanger with Rebecca lurking in the shadows with the red eyes.
Lucy.
Or Lucy, thank you. I'm getting them mixed up. It's a great episode. Now, is it the best? No. There is a little bit of snippets here and there. I kind of agree with Bag a little bit. I would like to know a little bit more about David. I would like to see him experience the chroming a little bit more. But saying that, we do see that in the early episodes of him when he gets to Sandefistan, he getting it implanted. Like, you see him struggle through that, and he does everything without any anesthesiac. So he's going at it like raw, baby. Like, he's wants to experience the pain. So I would love to see him get the main cannon put in and all that kind of stuff. Those little snippets I would appreciate. But I understand the show, because it's always been at a rapid pace, and we're just constantly trying to catch up throughout the series. So I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. So that being said, Zach, you can give us your thoughts. Zach has been drawing a character for all these episodes. He's going to show us who he's done tonight.
How many people are watching?
891.
Oh, let's go.
Dang.
Wait, are you serious?
No.
As far as you know.
Damn it. You son of a bitch. So, okay. I was getting irritated because I haven't seen Rebecca for a couple episodes. So I was like, where the fuck is this bitch? I really liked how she came in. She's crazy, so I love the upgrade she was able to implement on herself.
Sammy, you
I don't
can't
know
hide
why
with
she
that
was,
jacket.
I don't know why she I don't know why she was like, spitting game at David. I thought, I feel like anybody else would have been better. Like, that's another thing too. Like, if you're in the Cyberpunk and everything's all fucking digital and microchips and all that bullshit, all Lucy's got to do is hack into fucking David's Neuralink or some shit and just look at what he's doing through her own eyes. I feel like he'd be caught just like that. I don't know. I do like this episode. I don't know. The time jump didn't really bother me. It was more so the I don't know. You could tell that they were just it was like I said, it's info filler before they set up the next couple episodes. So it was all good. But yeah, that's enough talking from me. I would rate this episode 7 out of 10. Now, I usually I was trying to draw this character. I fucked him up the first time, trying to figure out the pencil. So go ahead and enlarge it so I can show people. I really, you can see how terrible my first attempt was. I was trying to figure out but then I was able to go ahead and fuck.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
Looking good. That's
So I wanted to combine when you get sick with the cyber sickness and shit. You start to see like shit like coming all over the place with the guns and everything. I really liked that. So I wanted to combine that with Faraday. So let me zoom in a little bit on his face, but then you can see me just fucking around with the tech. Kind of.
Hell yeah. Oh, he doesn't have the torso. It's just all, ooh, that's great.
He's got the torso. He doesn't have his lower body.
Or
Yeah, so this is
oh my
what I
gosh,
got.
brain.
So again,
Words.
this is how it started. Like fucking gay, and
One
this
of
is how
these things is not like the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's complimenting you on the art there, bro. Good job.
Uh-oh.
He's frozen.
Oh shit!
Wait, what?
There he is.
There we go.
You froze. Yeah.
Damn.
He froze.
So again, I'll quickly just tell everyone in the chat, everyone watching, we got 36 people watching, 37 people watching on X and on YouTube. If you want one of these pieces that Zach has drawn, we're going to be in an auction at the end of the series from Arcane, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, and Scavenger's Reign. We're going to auction those off, and all the proceeds will go to the Gooch Fund. No, it'll go to Zach. He deserves, like, he's worked really hard. So that being said, we'll quickly do around the horn here and talk about what we're going to be doing for the next week, streaming wise. So Jay, Mr. Goodwin, where are you going to be?
So I'll definitely be on B-sides tomorrow night. I'm still trying to recover from Brownie's marathon Attack of the Clones. The 7 hours I was on for that was an experience. I'm not sure because I know they did some on Wednesday. I don't know if he's going to do another Saturday or not. We'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, I'm just kind of chilling right now.
Cool. BAGFACE.
I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing nothing, man. I got both sides of my hand blasted today. So I did my other palm, and then I did the back of my hand. So I can't do anything with a mouse. So I'm just chilling. Yep.
Looks cool, though.
Thanks, dog. You want to see?
Can you? Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
man.
called like an Enzo circle. So it's like a Japanese Buddhist symbol.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to explain it because people make fun of me. And then just like the same thing I had, but I got it redone, and then I got a bunch up my arm. That's why it's all bloody and shit.
Nice.
Jeez.
That's why I've been sitting like a friggin' weirdo this whole time. But yeah.
Oh, man, the palm must have felt great.
Oh, dude. It's almost like ecstasy in a way. Like you it's so painful that your body's just like, what the fuck? What's happening? Like it kind of fucks you up. It's like, I wouldn't say it's fun, but it's something I'm happy I experienced. Like it's like someone heats up like a scalpel till it's like red hot, and then just like cuts into your palm real slow. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
But no, it's worth it.
I think it looks sweet.
Thank you, man. But yeah, I'm supposed to do a bunch of editing for Cynic in the next few days, so we'll see how that goes. And then I'm on Scene Invaders. Every week we're covering, like, our last video popped off to like 15K, which is super cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And then other than that, I'm just chilling. So
BAGFACE is going to be doing his own interpretation of my left foot when he's editing for Cynic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, we'll have to give him one of those Stephen Hawking things where you can edit with it.
He just blows in the tube to make the mouse move. Yep.
And again, I can't stress this enough. The guy's super talented. Go check out his channel. BAGFACE does.
I haven't
incredible,
posted in like 2 months, so
but
don't have expectations.
Well, still, you got some great shit over there, man. So,
thanks, brother.
Always. Sammy, where are you going to be? You've been a streaming whore lately, so where are you going to be next?
Yeah, all over the place. Well, if anything, please go to my channel, like, subscribe. I just dropped my live album on there. I'd appreciate you guys gave it a listen. I will be on Circle of Jerks this Saturday if I can stay up that long. But then yeah, I'll probably be on Stupenzo's. I've been pretty regular on there, and then after that, I will just be on your channel for the regular Tuesday, Thursday.
That's right.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Sonia's the best. And I think she subbed to you, BAGFACE. So there you go. Mr. Hosty, what's going on with this Has-Been Hotel, and where are you at?
Well, the Has-Been Hotel video, I'm like halfway done with it, and now that school's out for the summer, I should be able to work on it more frequently, so it should be out pretty soon, but it's turned into a bigger project than I anticipated, and this is just, I'm making it a series, so this is just like me going through episode 1, like frame by frame kind of, so I'm thinking I should have it out pretty soon, but don't quote me on that. And then I won't be on a lot of streams now in the summer because I'll be kind of busy, and I don't know if after work I'll have the energy for it. But yeah, I'll still be active on Twitter if you want to find me there. The Has-Been Hotel video may be coming out soon. And then after I was done with that, I wasn't going to put out part 2 like right away after that. I was going to see if I could record a video about the Black Axe cult, which is like a really weird, like kind of violent Nigerian cult that has they're almost like a mafia. They have their hands in a lot of stuff. They have their hands in human trafficking in Italy and those kind of Nigerian prince internet scams. Like Emperor Goodwin told me about some good resources to look into those a little bit. So yeah, it's an interesting little rabbit hole. That's for sure.
Yeah, the interesting it's really kind of an interesting parallel to what we're watching now, right? That in there's this combination of it's like techno witchcraft stuff.
Yeah.
It's this very odd collision of cultures that's really interesting.
Yeah. And apparently some of them are in America too. Like there was part of the American sect, there was a member of that who's like suing someone else. I don't know the details of that. I'll have to look into it. But it's a really weird rabbit hole. So that caught my attention. So after Has-Been Hotel Part 1, you can expect the Black Axe Cult video. And then sometime in the future, Has-Been Hotel Part 2. And then I'll just release them as the episodes go. There's 8 or 9 episodes in the whole series, so that'll just be 9 episodes. And then once I'm done with that, I'll like get them all in a supercut and then upload that on the channel. So that's what you can expect from me.
Okay, interesting. Zach, you bro?
Well, I'm wrapping up Voyage Issue 1 actually. Literally just got the last page in. Editing up, dude. I put a lot of time and effort. Everybody that's listening and everyone on this panel, you guys have no idea how excited I am to finally like wrap this fucking book up and be done with it and send it off to everybody. I literally put the last final stretch. I just got some editing for some of these pages left to do, but like PDFs should be out within the next week. And then I'll be putting in the order for the actual book printing the week after that. So people who backed it on Kickstarter will be getting the rewards within a month because, you know, once you submit an order for printing, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get that shit done and sent back. So, yeah, everybody's going to get it real quick. And I'm in the final stretch. Stressed because I'm tired as fuck. I've been working a lot on it.
Yeah, it's a good book, man. You should be proud of yourself. You've been busting your hump trying to get that book out there. So, And you'll be here next week. So,
Mhm.
and go check out his page, his X page or Twitter page, whatever you want to call it. And his Instagram. Zach's got some awesome art. I think you're open for commissions, are you not?
I am. I'm currently working on Sammy 3P. Because final stretch is pretty much wrapped up. So I'm so sorry, Sammy. I feel
Dude,
I
told
feel
you to take
so
time.
I know, but the rough is already done, and I put the layout foundation pencils already on the paper. And because you've been waiting, I'm decided to go ahead and make your sizing of it 11 by 14, so I can add some elements into it. It's gonna be super fucking sick. I'm so stoked to be working on this. It's gonna be super great, man. It's great.
I'm just happy that I got a buddy working on it. You know what I mean? It was something that I always wanted. We've been talking about it, and it was like I said, I wasn't gonna kick your door in yet. I'd pay somebody to do that.
You'll hear him coming. They'll be wearing a jacket that looks remarkably similar to Sammy. It'll be so loud you can't help but hear it.
I'm gonna send the gay mafia after you.
Oh my god, Maurice, you go get my money.
I'm actually I'm waiting on somebody to fucking pay me for Guts commission. Somebody wants me to do a Berserk 11 by 17
nice.
Guts fighting in fucking hell during the eclipse. And I'm not starting until I get paid. So
good idea.
I already, I got the idea in, and that's as far as I'll go until the steps go further with it.
Awesome.
Oh my god, Jamma fucking killed it with that comment.
Wow.
Sammy's bringing back the early 70s New Jersey senior living home.
Came with its own giant glass ashtray. It was great.
And colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Jamma won the comment of the night. It was a tough one. You just
wear that jacket on every stream you're on.
Nobody gonna break my stride.
Went golfing with President Trump.
Looks like you went hunting with Dick Cheney.
I have been paying.
Oh no, that's because I wanted him to see me.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly say to everyone on the panel, you guys, I appreciate you a ton. Thanks for coming on, talking about Cyberpunk Edgerunners. You guys are the best. You guys know that. Please, everyone, go check out their channel, sub, and follow them on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. And the chat, you guys are freaking amazing. It was a blast tonight. The comments were on fire tonight. You guys rocked it tonight. I appreciate you all. You guys are the best. Gooch, we need
follow
a
me for more fashion.
Yeah.
I think I'm
it's cyber psychosis. The smoking jacket is what we're looking at right there.
As for me,
I wore this to work.
As for me, you will catch me on Saturday Night Hypnosis with the guys, the crew. It's a great time. We have great conversations over there. A lot of fun. Next week, Tuesdays and Thursday nights, come check it out. Tuesday night, Scavengers Reign. We're back at 10 o'clock Eastern, and we're going to be back here Thursday night for episode 8 of Cyberpunk Edgerunners. And then Wednesday, I will be doing a conversation with Darky Dark, talking about his campaign, and having a discussion with him about his book and career and how it all started. Kind of like the one I had with Mike Barron. So go check out that interview as well. That was a lot of fun.
That was a good interview.
Yeah. And in the future, we're going to be Wednesday nights are going to be becoming animated movie nights. So we're going to be discussing, like I said, heavy metal, Ghost in the Shell, Iron Giant, Akira, all the classics. We're going to be going over those, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So
what time
look
does
out for that.
start?
That'll start at 3 a.m. No, I have no idea yet. I have no idea. But thank you to everyone. And honestly, thank you to everyone. And I say this almost every episode I do this, but 7,000. I never even thought I would get to 700, but over 7,000 subscribers. I appreciate you all because I know a lot of people like to watch the replays, and thank you a ton. I'm really, 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 really blessed with the people I've met and get to hang out with. So all of you, take care. Have a great night. We'll see you next weekend. Wicked City will be another one, actually. We'll probably be doing that one as well.
Ooh,
So, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. Everyone, take care. Have a great weekend. See you Saturday night on Saturday Night Hypnosis. And ciao.
See you, Space Cow.